Welcome to Lifestyle Buzz Today with Orlando. Fresh, innovative, entertaining talk about topics we are all in one way or another involved with. And now, here's your host, Orlando Burgos.
Well, hello, my fellow Americans. How are you? Welcome to this week's edition of the Connection for Better Living, also known as the Antidote for Boring Radio. And I found a little story here that I'm going to share with you guys because there's a lot of news going on this week that we're going to be talking about. But this one just kind of perked me up a little bit. A lady by the name of Judy Gluntz. She owns a little hotel in one of the Keys in Florida. And while she was cleaning the beach of debris, she found this bottle that had some sand in it and some dollar bills and some notes. Okay, so she was curious about it, and turns out to be that the sand was not sand, but it was ashes from a human ashes. A guy named Gordon. And they were in a rum bottle put in there by Gordon's wife because Gordon liked to travel a lot. So he put the note in there, the ashes, and a couple of dollar bills in case somebody found the notes so they could call her and let him know where Gordon was. Okay? So apparently, he has been like in different places and people have been putting notes in there. And, and when this lady Gluntz talked to the wife, I had the name, but I don't have now. She said that Gordon enjoyed life so much. He went to Costa Rica just before he died, and that she wanted for him to continue on his journey, For many people, I think that would be like sacrilegious, I would say, like if they think that, But the fact is that this lady did, I think, the right thing.
I think it's beautiful.
I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
And because the guy was he made moonshine and whatnot. She put him in one of his bottles and sent him so he can continue the party, And I think that is like tremendously bright, tremendously fun, and I think in a way kind of honoring the dead a little bit in a much bigger way.
It connects people too. Imagine the story that the person that found that bottle, has to tell. Even in the afterlife, he's still bringing people together.
Yeah, like right now, she's saying that they planned with a wife to these days they're going to have a celebration of life at the hotel where she's at, and already she has apparently a bunch of people already booking because they want to be part of the continuing life of Gordon. So Godspeed, Gordon. Go out there and just kill it, man.
Keep on trucking, Gordon.
Keep on trucking. Yeah, I think that's great. When we come back, obsessions and why are we so obsessed with many things? And we're going to be talking about serious stuff too, but not that serious. Okay. We'll be right back.
Do you have Medicare and do you use a CPAP machine? This is a national healthcare alert regarding your CPAP supplies. Using a clean CPAP mask and clean supplies is important to staying healthy. The best way to make sure your CPAP equipment is clean is to get new supplies. If you have Medicare, we have great news. Medicare will pay for you to have new clean supplies every 90 days. We'll even do all the paperwork for you to make sure that there's little to no out-of-pocket cost to you. And you don't even have to leave your home. We provide free in-home delivery. So if you're a CPAP user and you have Medicare, staying healthy with new CPAP equipment is easy. Just make this free phone call right now to get started.
Sponsored by Specialty Medical. 800-846-2153. 800-846-2153. 800-846-2153. That's 800-846-2153.
All right. Trump, everywhere Trump. Now it's trans, everywhere trans. Are we so far out of touch with reality that obsession has taken over our lives? Mike?
Well, I just think that we're more attuned to obsession now, or to other people's obsessions, just because of mass media and modern communications. I think that obsession has always been a human condition.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's been written about since humans being started writing. So yeah, I think it's just more omnipresent now because of the amount of media that we all consume.
The obsessions have been around forever. Whether you're obsessed with the looks, you want to impersonate Elvis at the Elvis time, how many women wore the hair like Marilyn Monroe because she was so beautiful, and I get that because that's like a passing type of, may last a year or so, but the fact is that today, though, that obsession has turned into like a cult feeling in many cases. Am I off the reservation?
Well, give me an example.
Well, right now, okay, Trump is being indicted. Okay, fine. Trump is a big guy. I mean, he knows what he's doing. At least I trust him that he knows what he's doing. He knew what he was getting into when he got into politics. He knew what was going on when people hated him so much, and yet he's still trucking in there to try to regain power and whatnot. I have a feeling that he knew that this was a possibility. So I assume he's prepared. He doesn't really need to be in this position. Why? If I were Trump, I ask him, why am I running? I wouldn't even consider it. Now the thing is that in Tennessee, this woman shot up some people, killed some children, went into a Catholic church, the whole thing. So now the obsession is more than ever with gun control, but not so much as gun control, but what violence may cause to the trans world, I don't think there's a need to even talk about the fact that she was a trans person.
Yeah, I agree totally. It's become tribal, where people on the left will talk about gun control and people on the right are going to talk about trans identity.
Yeah.
And so I agree. And for all we know, this woman, her gender identity probably or quite possibly could have nothing to do with the motive behind the shooting. So
the woman had mental issues.
Yeah.
I think that should be at the forefront of everything.
Yes, she was under a doctor's care for quote unquote behavioral disorders, end quote.
Yeah.
And so, if we want to talk about common sense gun reform, you and I are not talking about confiscation or anything like that. But if you're under a doctor's care for emotional disorders, perhaps it may be, I'm just spitballing here, it shouldn't be necessarily that easy to go out and buy an AR-15.
The fact is that I'm a firm believer in freedom, okay? I'm a firm believer of guns. I own guns. God knows that in my past history, I went around in a fully loaded, government-issued big airplane full of bullets, The fact is, though, that guns, you show me one gun that loads itself, aims itself, and puts its own trigger, and I'll give you reasons to talk about that, okay? Other than that, it's a human being. And if a human being has mental issues, I'm in total agreement that that person, no, not that woman, the person should have something in the record that says under doctor's care. It's for everybody's
Yeah,
protection.
but it's kind of a paradox, though. And I mean, we're in agreement about this 100% in lockstep, two horses in a harness. But, you talked about freedom, there's also HIPAA issues here. I mean, if you're under a doctor's care and for an emotional disturbance, emotional disorder, I mean, it's one thing to have some sort of, I think a lot of people would be reticent to have some sort of national database about whether or not you're under a doctor's care for emotional disorders. Because, I mean, quite possibly that could be used, in other things that would limit in your freedom. So it's one of those things. It's like there's not really a right answer for it. And I think that's what makes people so frustrated about it.
I think that a lot of the laws have been enacted because people expect everybody to see it, that we're creating this perfect world, There is no such thing as perfection. Not now. There has never been. There will never be.
Well, and also the paradox too, keep coming back to that word of democracy, is that, there's a balancing line of protecting the rights of the majority and protecting the rights of the minority.
Yeah. I believe that people should be treated with the utmost of respect. I believe with that all my heart. I cannot really quite follow the idea that if a person is incapacitated by physical problems, by even a soldier that just went to war and lost the 2 legs and 1 arm, whatever, these people, as much as people say they need to be treated as everybody else, they cannot. I mean, let's be honest about it. They cannot, They have limitations.
Yeah, I was just on the show, Dr. J's Strictly Business show at 11 a.m. and he and I were talking about a case involving Walmart where a woman is suing Walmart for an ADA compliance issue because she has Crohn's disease, and so she needs to have, and Crohn's disease is an autoimmune disorder that makes you have to go to the bathroom a lot.
Yeah.
And so she wanted to be she works in the deli in the food packing part. And so she wanted to, be close to a bathroom because she's got to use the bathroom, 10, 12 times a day.
Yeah.
But also package food. And so that's a health issue right there too for the consumers. And so she's suing Walmart for millions of dollars, saying that she's discriminated against because of her disability. But I mean, would you necessarily want a woman who has constant diarrhea to be packaging your food? I feel terrible for her. Crohn's disease is no joke, but I mean,
there's a lot of people that have allergies, and unfortunately, one of the concepts is a runny nose. Sometimes, like you have a runny nose, whatever. Like, do you want him to reach out for the next donut for you if they have if you know that there's a problem there?
Once again, that comes down to, protecting the rights of a minority over the health and safety of the majority.
Yeah. Well, I think that's where common sense needs to be preached more. Or at least not preach,
but you're asking the government to have common sense, and
thank you, Mike. All right. Well, as far as what I just said about Trump, don't let it bother you, please. I love the guy, I really do, but he is a grown man. He has been a success all his life. He knows what he's doing. Leave it alone. Don't become enemies with other people just because they support the guy. So don't hate, okay?
And don't become enemies if you don't support him either.
I know.
It goes both ways.
I know. It's one of those things. We'll be right back.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify.
800-349-6855. 800-349-6855. 800-349-6855. That's 800-349-6855.
Hi, this is Fred Dwyer talking about my favorite Italian restaurant, Angelo's and Vinci's at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in downtown Fullerton. A fantastic place to eat. Come inside and dine in our Italian town square, complete with a 10-foot Christmas tree. That's right, 10 feet. Enjoy our food made from secret family recipes. Pasta, chicken, seafood, salads, and our delicious pizza. Incredible desserts, including my favorite, the tiramisu, flown directly in from Italy. Feel the spirit at Angelo and Vinci's, 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022 or visit angelosandvincis.com. That's angelosandvincis.com.
Enjoy Tiki Live, the best cable alternative choice today, with hundreds of premium live TV programming, including ESPN, CNN, Fox News, Disney, AMC, Bravo, XF, OWN, and CRN Talk. Plus, no contracts and low month-to-month service. Tiki Live, servicing North America, including the Caribbean. To get started, visit TikiLive.com to order hundreds of channels, including CRN Talk, at a fraction of what you're paying today. Visit TikiLive.com. That's TikiLive.com.
Hi, I'm Dennis Bono. Join me every Saturday at 6 p.m. and Sunday at 3 p.m. for the Dennis Bono Show live from the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas. Enjoy this fun-filled hour with my celebrity friends as they perform, visit, and have lots of fun with me in front of a live audience in the showroom at the South Point Hotel. Please join me Saturday, 6 p.m. Pacific, Sunday, 3 p.m. Pacific, right here on CRN Radio and crntalk.com.
One of the things that I've been hearing out there in the streets, because I spend most of my days out there roaming around, looking for stories, looking for interesting things to talk about. And one of the things that I keep hearing over and over and over is the complaint that America's turning into a banana republic. Let me tell you something. I was not born here. I was born in Costa Rica. At one point, actually, that was a true banana republic because that was the main product. But I have to tell you one thing. I also have the opportunity to travel a lot. And this banana republic, as people try to call it, is like a magnet for people from all over the world to come, because there is something very magic about America. America was not like born the way it is. It was actually created by very intelligent people who put a lot of effort in laws and a framework where America is for the people, by the people. And you don't find that just about, I mean, I don't know any other place where you find that type of law. Do you see it as a banana republic?
No, of course not. I mean, of course, like you said, you traveled extensively and I've traveled extensively. You want to know what a banana republic is? A banana republic's like when you go to a foreign country and you ask a police officer for directions and he charges you money for that. A banana republic is when you go to a foreign country and you get a parking ticket, and then some guy comes over and says, "I'll take care of that for $50." That's a banana republic, folks.
Yeah. No. I have to tell you, you know what? I should say, oh my God, yeah, it's turning into a bit like something that I will recognize and stuff like that. But no, what the American system is here for, if you haven't captured that yet, and I have to tell you, sometimes being a foreigner, we capture it a little bit different, you know? And what it is the beauty that we have here in America, and it's not the Star Spangled Banner and rah, 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 nothing like that, is the freedom to really develop yourself into whatever it is that you want. You have the opportunity here to do whatever you please. So my main thing is that in many cases, people are a little defeatist about things, and they're giving up that right for nothing in exchange. Am I?
Yeah, you also know how we're not a banana republic is that people can say that America is a banana republic and not be put in jail.
And not be put in jail. I know. You know what is really funny? Did you ever hear the Reagan monologues, the Reagan jokes, where he was conducting an interview in Russia, and he was talking to a reporter. He said, the beauty of America is that a reporter can come to me and say, I don't like you and I don't like your politics.
You're bad at your job.
You're bad at your job. And the guy goes, we have that in Russia too. And then Reagan asked him, how is that? And he goes, well, I can go to the premier, wherever it was at the time, and say, I think Reagan is doing a bad job and not be put in jail either. So, no, you're right about that. There is a lot of stuff that happens that really indicates the beauty of our country, and people are just not, for some reason or another, are rejecting it or not letting it sink in for obscure reasons. If you had to speak to a group of young people, let's say the up and coming, or people in general, how would you explain that so that it kind of sinks in a little bit better?
Well, I mean, that's the tough part. I mean, there's no really, if someone, especially, it's even worse with young people, because I mean, everybody goes through the kind of their anti-authoritarian, anti-establishment phase when they're a young person. You usually age out of it after a while, but I would tell them that, if you don't think this is the greatest country in the world, then find me a country that's better. Yeah. That's what I'd say. And I would be more than willing to hear their arguments, pros and cons, for that argument.
I saw a kid being interviewed that was defending the Venezuelan regime. College student. But yet he couldn't come up with a good thing that he would go there for.
I'd like to see that same college student interviewed in like 10 years, 15 years from now, and he's going to be like, I was so stupid.
Let's take a little break. When we come back, more news.
No more mold, no more damage, no more outdated old bathroom, no more slipping and hurting, no more stress. Make your ordinary bathroom extraordinary for only $99 per month. New shower, new door, new tub, new wall, new anti-slip technology. Be stress-free. Call 800-973-5411. BCI Bath and Shower is made in America for the highest quality. Ask about our military and senior discounts. Your dream bathroom in as little as 1 day. First 50 callers save $1,500 on a Never-Clear glass treated door. Call now for free premium color upgrades. 800-973-5411. Call BCI Bath and Shower, the leader in bathroom remodeling. Be smart, safe, and stay a step ahead of inflation with our interest-free financing options. Call 800-973-5411. Love your bathroom with free upgrades. Call 800-973-5411. 800-973-5411.
Do you have Medicare and do you use a CPAP machine? This is a national healthcare alert regarding your CPAP supplies. Using a clean CPAP mask and clean supplies is important to staying healthy. The best way to make sure your CPAP equipment is clean is to get new supplies. If you have Medicare, we have great news. Medicare will pay for you to have new clean supplies every 90 days. We'll even do all the paperwork for you to make sure that there's little to no out-of-pocket cost to you. And you don't even have to leave your home. We provide free in-home delivery. So if you're a CPAP user and you have Medicare, staying healthy with new CPAP equipment is easy. Just make this free phone call right now to get started.
Sponsored by Specialty Medical. 800-846-2153. 800-846-2153. 800-846-2153. That's 800-846-2153.
Hi, this is Fred Dwyer talking about my favorite Italian restaurant, Angelo's and Vinci's at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in downtown Fullerton. A fantastic place to eat. Come inside and dine in our Italian town square, complete with a 10-foot Christmas tree. That's right, 10 feet. Enjoy our food made from secret family recipes. Pasta, chicken, seafood, salads, and our delicious pizza. Incredible desserts, including my favorite, the tiramisu, flown directly in from Italy. Feel the spirit at Angelo and Vinci's, 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022 or visit angelosandvincis.com. That's angelosandvincis.com.
Enjoy Tiki Live, the best cable alternative choice today, with hundreds of premium live TV programming, including ESPN, CNN, Fox News, Disney, AMC, Bravo, XF, OWN, and CRN Talk. Plus, no contracts and low month-to-month service. Tiki Live, servicing North America, including the Caribbean. To get started, visit TikiLive.com to order hundreds of channels, including CRN Talk, at a fraction of what you're paying today. Visit TikiLive.com. That's TikiLive.com.
Now you can get generic Viagra shipped to your door for about $2 a pill. Get the same impact for less. Call Steelman Pills now and get the same blue pill for about $2 a pill. Call now for the 50-pill special and save even more. Plus, get a free bonus.
800-605-1683. 800-605-1683. 800-605-1683. That's 800-605-1683.
Welcome back to Lifestyle Buzz. Ooh, little oil in the throat there. Lifestyle Buzz with Orly at the mighty CRN Network. Great entertainment 24/7. You want to do something with your life. You want to do this or that, and perhaps your plans come to a halt because you watch the news. A lot of the times, there's a lot of negative stuff out there that kind of sways you into changing your mind. And as such, your progress doesn't just move forward. I mean, it just stalls. There are things better to do. Think like a bee. I really mean it. Think like a bee. Bees cannot fly, the science says. The good news is that the bee doesn't know it. The law of physics says the bee is not able to fly. Each aerodynamic principle says that the size and volume of his little wings is too small for the large size of his body. Thus, no way that physicians say a bee can sustain flight. But again, the bee doesn't know physics or how to apply it. The bee knows that flight is what it needs to do, period. No overthinking, just action. We humans need to apply more of these principles and take flight and learn to persevere, to prevail, go against the odds, try harder, try to beat the circumstances around you instead of just sitting there feeling sorry for yourselves. Be like the bees. Forget about your size, forget about your status, forget about people say. Fly high and enjoy life's pollen to the maximum because it's there for the taking. So just, you need to try. Michael, I know we're talking about a little bee, but I'm talking in reality, people need to really get out of their comfort zone more. And I mean, you cannot find every answer in Google. You cannot find every, you need to go out there and be physically present in the moment trying. Am I?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. It's, and it's a little bit scary too with, the newer generations being completely raised, to stay inside all day.
Not only that, but you know what? Here's one of the things that I'm old enough to have been applying for jobs on and off for years and years and years. When you actually have filled out an application and you had a human being review it and they get back with you and they talk to you about it. And if you talk nice and if you convince them that the irregularities were something that is not harmful, you can move forward with them or whatever, you end up getting the job in many cases. Today, everything is everything is through a computer. Algorithms are the ones who control the hiring process today. I don't think that a human being ever looks at an application anymore. So should more human involvement be in also like in the hiring process so that people can learn to establish a relationship from the beginning?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. And not only does that, help, the algorithm, you can't judge character, you can't judge work ethic, you can't judge anything, based on the metrics that the algorithm measures. And so, yeah, I definitely think, and what's hard too is like, which you mentioned that the algorithm has become the gatekeeper to get you to that human being.
Right.
And, with anything nowadays, even when you're doing your online banking or, you're calling your cable company or anything like that, you're dealing with an automated system and that,
Right.
You have to go through that automated electronic system, another gatekeeper to get to the actual human being. And, to have those human beings actually on that front line not only creates jobs, but also I think it makes the people that are, trying to either get that job or either trying to communicate with this particular service, they feel valued. When I reach out to, a vendor or a different company we're working with, and I have to go through 15 different, voice prompts and all that, that really bothers me. I mean, for example, if you look at a lot of major companies now, they don't even have phone numbers. I recently tried to call a Best Buy in San Diego because I was trying to facilitate the purchase of a computer for an elderly relative of mine. And so I wanted to call a Best Buy where this person lives down in North Orange County, to North San Diego County, that is, to see if they had the particular model he wanted in stock. And so I Googled, Best Buy in Oceanside, California, and I got a phone number. And I called that number, and that wasn't the Best Buy in Oceanside. It was a call center. And I asked them, I'm like, well, I just really want to actually call the store itself to make sure that they have that model in stock.
You're right.
And they're like, well, you can't do that anymore. And that just drives me crazy. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, I had a little bit of a hiccup with one of my, for some reason or another, one of my websites sold me a program for our emails through Google. Not Google, but they connected the sale through Google anyway. And I already had, so it was like a duplicate purchase, okay? So I tried to cancel that thing because I already had coverage and whatnot. And GoDaddy goes, well, you need to call Google.
Good luck getting Google on the phone.
You get in there, you go, contact us, and I am your virtual whatever, and you go through all the gyrations. Finally, they said, I gave them, after hours, I'm not talking hours, they said, well, now you actually need to contact Microsoft because it's in their system. And like all of a sudden, it's like they pass you from one place to another to a point where you go like, you know what? It's only $7 a month. You know,
That's how they get you. That's why Microsoft is $1 trillion company.
Yeah. Just leave it alone and have peace of mind. Learn that you're donating $7 to Microsoft every month. We'll be right back.
Do you have Medicare and do you use a CPAP machine? This is a national healthcare alert regarding your CPAP supplies. Using a clean CPAP mask and clean supplies is important to staying healthy. The best way to make sure your CPAP equipment is clean is to get new supplies. If you have Medicare, we have great news. Medicare will pay for you to have new clean supplies every 90 days. We'll even do all the paperwork for you to make sure that there's little to no out-of-pocket cost to you. And you don't even have to leave your home. We provide free in-home delivery. So if you're a CPAP user and you have Medicare, staying healthy with new CPAP equipment is easy. Just make this free phone call right now to get started.
Sponsored by Specialty Medical. 800-846-2153. 800-846-2153. 800-846-2153. That's 800-846-2153.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 800-785-9618. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-785-9618 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 800-785-9618 right now to schedule your tax-deductible vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-785-9618 now.
All right. I'm going to talk about something here that is very close to us. California. California, here I come, back where I started from. Yes, sir. California is beautiful. I love it here. I've lived here all my life. I lived in other states, and it seems to me that always come back. There's so many pluses, and then people are always, they go, yeah, but the government, this and that. Yeah. Again, back to politics. Politics has a remedy. I mean, just if you don't like people, vote them out. If you vote them in, then you have to live with the consequences. I mean, it's as simple as that. But that has nothing to do with picking up and leaving. I mean, a lot of people go, well, I got to move to another state, you know. Would you ever pick up stakes and move to another state?
You know, I thought about it because, you know, the dollar goes so much farther in other states. Mm-hmm. But then, you know, like if one of my best friends, you know, I grew up here in California, lived here my whole life. Most of my friends have as well. One of them moved to Indiana to be with his wife. And, you know, he's paying very, very little in rent for a great place. Yeah. But then he sends me photos of the winter time and I'm like, no, thanks. So yeah, no, I love it here. I've always loved it. Specifically, I love Southern California. yeah, I don't see myself moving out of state.
Yeah, I actually thought so too. You know, like for me, I need to be within a reasonable distance from water, from the beach. I love the beach, you know, so it's like I need to be within. So for me, it would be like the Gulf Coast if I have to go Florida. And I thought about it like maybe like a smaller town like St. Augustine, you know, there's some quaint little historic places, Savannah, Georgia. I mean, there's so many different places that you can. But then again, you come here to California, and this is such a big melting pot of cultures. Now, if I have to complain about one thing, is that we have become a little tribal here, though. I think there should, even with all the cultures that we find here, I find that those cultures are in a way kind of separating from each other. Like I don't know, let's put it like a Salvadorian community likes to serve only the Salvadorian people, but it doesn't seem to integrate into the American culture.
I haven't had that experience. No, I mean, like I think, like you said, we are a melting pot. We have 130 different ethnic enclaves here in the city, in the Los Angeles County. But I've never gone to a Salvadorian place or a Thai place or a Chinese place out in the San Gabriel Valley, and like you walk in and just like, whoosh. I found the opposite experience. Especially when you visit restaurants, they want you to have a good time.
If you're in a restaurant, is fine, but what I'm talking about is like the everyday community living. You know, it seems to me that you go to New York, even as quirky as it is, the Puerto Rican community, the Jewish community, the Asian community, they're principally New Yorkers.
Yeah, because also they're packed on top of each other. They don't have they have the kind of population density there where, like, for example, I mean, you've been to New York, like you walk through Little Italy. Yeah. And you literally step off the curb and go to the next block where Little Italy ends. That's Chinatown. So there's, out here it's pretty disparate. I mean, you have, little pockets here and there, but in New York City, it's pretty much all on top of each other.
Maybe I have not looked at it in that way. I feel that we here, I see it driving around where people seem to be like in a pressure cooker. They need to get from one place to the other in a hurry. Into what? Just to stop at the next stop sign, It's like I have run into the situation where I don't see politeness in our streets anymore, where it used to be like that. It used to be a very warm place. And maybe I've just looking at it mistakenly, but...
You spend too much time out in the West Side.
Not really. I mean, I'm all over the place. Trust me, I do. But maybe so. I mean, I don't know. I'm a chatty type of a guy, and I always find somebody to talk to, regardless of where I am. But by the same token, I have to kind of initiate a chat with somebody. Otherwise, people just sit there like into their own little sphere. And
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that's what I find a little bit strange.
Don't you find it rewarding though when you do initiate that kind of interaction and that person is receptive? Isn't that kind of rewarding?
Oh God! You know what? I do. I feel like it's a totally different world all of a sudden. It's so maybe I need to give it a little bit more time. Maybe I just need to open my eyes a little bit more. That's it. Why don't we take a little bit of a break? When we come back, closing time.
experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain from a sports injury? If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com, 310-873-4422.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Their expert staff can help you turn your book idea into a real book, a masterpiece that could someday make the bestseller list in hard copy and digitally all across the world. Page Publishing can help you completely take your idea for a book, write it, and publish it. So if you want to join the ranks of some of the most famous authors in the world, call now for a free information kit. Turn your book idea into publishing gold. Make a free call right now to Page Publishing.
800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. That's 800-378-3212.
When you really want Italian food, you have got to get to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club, Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. It's that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Today, it seems so hard to enjoy just a little bit of easy. So much of life seems to get in the way. But fear not, seekers of fabulous food and fun and thrill. Columbo's is Southern California's answer to Easy Street. Great grub with some of the finest steaks, the freshest fish awaiting for you to devour. Did I mention Columbo's family Italian recipes? Columbo's spaghetti bolognese, their chicken pesto ravioli, magnifico, and of course, the world's greatest meatballs. I can go on. But why go on when you can go on over to Columbo's and experience delicious and easy for yourself? Columbo's, of course, that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Columbo's, mangia bene.
Alrighty, time flies when you're having fun. First and foremost, I want to send our condolences to the people in Tennessee. There is absolutely no reason for these things to happen like that in Tennessee and anywhere else. Now, it has really nothing to do with gun control. It has to do more with mental issues, and we need to keep that in mind. It has nothing to do with transgenderism. It has nothing to do with gender preference of any kind. It just has to do with people angry and a little bit deranged. And I ask you on these days that are coming, that for us in the Catholic faith are holy days, please, 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 be kind to each other. Love each other. That is, in any religion in the world, that is the primary thing that we touched on, or everybody touches on, is respect for each other, love each other. We're all human beings. We're all trying to make the best of life as we can. These shootings should not take place here in America. I mean, seriously, it's bad.
I also think we should give a shout out to the first responders with that particular incident who ran towards the danger and neutralized that shooter before any more lives could be lost. I think they deserve kudos for that, especially in light of other events that happened where the police, the first responders, perhaps were a little bit delinquent in their duties. And like you said too, not only we have Easter coming up this week, but we have Passover.
Yes.
So Mazel Tov to all our friends out there too, and also we're in Ramadan. So in Salah to all of those celebrating Ramadan as well.
There you go. Thank you for bringing that up. You know what? I thought only as a Catholic, but no. Every religion that celebrates the holy days, the best of everything for
It's
you.
quite interesting that all the three Abrahamic religions, which is Islam, Judaism, and Christianity, a lot of their holy times are celebrated around the same time.
Yeah.
So it's it's nice.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I think what the world needs is a little inside look at the fact that we are all created equal, regardless of skin color, regardless of sex, regardless of whatever. We all owe respect to each other, and the quicker that we get into it, the better we all are going to be. Worship freely and with deep faith, and pray for guidance to be the best human possible. We are not going to be here next week. And the week after, we're going to have our pasta contest. All right.
Correct. Yes. Or we've done this before. Where Orlando and I each separately will create a delicious pasta dish, document it with photographic evidence, and then provide that evidence to the people out there, and we'll see who comes up with the best dish.
Should we actually bring some of the dish?
No, probably not, because I'm probably going to do mine earlier in the week, and so
Okay.
I think
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
You're going to feed me some stale old.
Yeah, exactly.
pasta,
And I'll probably do it like at 2 a.m. on like a Tuesday or something like that.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so just go by our own schedules.
All right. So lots of photographs, the video if you have it, or whatever. Be kind of fun to invite somebody to join us in that regard.
Yeah, let's see. Let's ask around.
Okay. What else do we have? Closing moments for you. No.
See you guys in 2 weeks. Happy Easter, and have a great week out there, everybody.
See you later. Have a good time. God bless.
Are you tired of your favorite talk show sounding like this?